Okay, let's make a junction box. What I'd like to do in this video is basically make the junction box 3D extrusion, then we're going to make an annotation symbol with a J in it. Of course, we're going to test it in our model to make sure everything works. So let's get started by jumping into Revit. Under Families, let's go New. Let's scroll down till we find Generic Model and click Open. On the Create tab, let's go to Family, Category, and Parameters. And let's make sure we're keeping this as Electrical Fixtures. Let's scroll down a little bit in the Family Parameters and maintain Annotation Orientation. Let's click OK. Okay, now let's create our reference planes. Let's right-click on an existing one, create similar. Pick lines. Let's offset 2 inches. I'm going to offset to the left, then to the right, up, and then down. Hit Escape. Let's align dimension. Let's equally constrain. Let's put an overall dimension in. Do the same here. Let's put an overall dimension in. Now, by holding down the Control key, let's select both of these 4-inch dimensions. Let's go to our label dropdown and add a parameter. Let's call it box size. Let's hit OK. Let's go to our front elevation. Let's zoom all. Let's right-click on one of our reference planes and create similar. On the Draw panel, click on the Pick Lines button. Let's offset this 2 inches. Let's dimension this. Select the 2-inch dimension. Click the label drop-down. Let's click Add Parameter. Let's call it Box Depth. We'll keep it as a type parameter. Let's hit OK. Hit Escape a couple times. Now what I'd like to do is let's go to our Family Types. Now the box depth, I always want it to be half of the box size. So I'm going to type in box size divided by 2. Click Apply. Click OK. Let's go to our ref level floor plan. Let's zoom into our area here. Let's go to Create. Let's go to Extrusion. On the Draw panel, let's click on our Pick Lines button. And let's select all 4 lines. This time, instead of trimming, I want to put a radius in here. So on the Draw panel, we're going to click on the Fillet Arc button right here. Let's give it a radius of 1/2 inch. I'm going to pick here and here, here to here, here to here, and then here to here. Click on Finish Edit Mode. Go to a front elevation. Let's zoom in on our area. Type AL for Align. Select the top reference plane, top of the box. Let's lock it. Let's go back to our ref level. Let's click on Close Hidden Windows. And let's save it. Click the Save button. Let's call it Junction Box. For options, let's go 1 back up. Let's click OK. Let's click Save. Select the box itself. Let's click on Visibility Settings, Uncheck Plan, and Reflected Ceiling Plan. Hit OK. Now let's go to the purple R. Let's go to New. Let's go to Family. Let's go to Annotations. Let's select Generic Annotation. Let's click Open. Let's get rid of the note that's here. Hit Delete. Now click on the Text button right here. For the text, I want to click on Edit Type. And I want to make the width factor 0.8. And the background, I want it to be transparent. Now click OK. Pick a point right here. Revit won't snap to it. Type in a capital J and just click off of it. Hit escape a couple times. Now go ahead and select the J again. Horizontal alignment, let's select center. Make sure keep readable and visible are turned on. Let's move that so it's centered on our area right here. Hit escape a couple times. Now in the properties, let's make sure rotate with component is checked on. Keep text readable is checked on. Perfect. Let's go to the create tab. Let's click line. Let's click circle. Let's click on radius. Let's make it a 1/16 of an inch. I'm going to zoom in here and I'm going to center it right on the reference planes. Hit escape. Let's click save. Call it junction box hyphen annotation. Let's go to options. Let's make sure we're saving one backup. Hit OK. Hit save. Let's click load into project. Let's put it right in the middle right here. Hit escape. Let's type AL for align. I'm going to line it vertically, lock it, line it horizontally, lock it. Now, let's go to the purple R. Now scroll over here until we find electrical test. Let's go ahead and open that up. Now, let's go to ceiling plans, one ceiling elect right here. Let's hit Control Tab twice. And let's click Load into Project. We'll click Electrical Test. We'll click OK. We're in our floor plan. Just go ahead and hit Escape. Now let's go to our ceiling plans, one ceiling elect. Now let's go to Systems. Let's click on Device. And for the offset, let's set it to 9 feet. I'm going to zoom in over in here somewhere, and I'm going to put this junction box just above the ceiling. I'm going to hit Escape. I always like to cut a section through it, so I'm going to click on my section button. I'm going to cut a section right through it. I'm going to double click on my section, and here it is above our ceiling. One last thing, I want to double click on my junction box. I want to go to 3D view. I want to go to create, electrical connector. I'm going to put it right on the face of it. I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to select my connector. And for my voltage, I'm going to put it on 120. Hit apply. Now I'm going to load that back into my project. And I'm always going to overwrite the existing version. Now, of course, when I select it, I can create a power circuit and circuit it to our panel. So that's how you make a junction box.